This episode of Cities and Streets is underwritten by Yet Unknown Publishing, home of Camden's signature movies and events.
Hi, I'm Camden. Welcome to the program. Thank you so much for tuning us in, dialing us up, and logging us on. Now, don't confuse us with those other travel programs. We're not going to take you into the lobbies of any grand hotels. We're not going to give you any cooking tips. And we're never going to quiz you on any historical stuff. We're just going to show you the sights, okay? Let's go.
Driving north in Tennessee on I-24 towards St. Louis, my son and I found the Nashville skyline coming up in the distance. We were pressed for time, but I just had to see what downtown Nashville looked like. We found that there are so many things to see and do in Nashville that we will have to plan our return trip real soon. We got a better view of the Batman building as we turned left onto Church Street and raced back to the highway.
Paducah is a port city on the Ohio River near the southwestern tip of Kentucky at the confluence of the Ohio and Tennessee rivers, not all that far from the Mississippi River. This makes Paducah a crossroads of commerce where railroads, footpaths, and waterways meet. Paducah is the county seat for McCracken County, one of the 120 counties that make up Kentucky. Lower Town Arts District in Paducah is a consortium of businesses, artists, and craftspeople who help bring community and artistic expression to one of the oldest neighborhoods in Paducah. Broadway Street runs through the center of Paducah and is lined with churches, businesses, and housing of different architectural designs. The streets of Paducah were set out and determined by that famous explorer, William Clark, in 1827, more than 20 years after the famous Lewis and Clark expedition. One block over from Broadway Street is Jefferson Street, where at 19th and Jefferson, you will see a statue of the namesake of Paducah as called out by General Clark. Bob Noble Park is a beautifully developed 135-acre park with fishing, swimming, and many buildings available for social events. In 1937, the Ohio and Tennessee rivers flooded downtown Paducah and Broadway Street, with waters taller than a person. Cement panels were set in place on both sides of the Ohio River to create flood walls to keep the river from overflowing its banks again. Several pump stations help keep the river water where it should be. Murals are painted on the flood wall sections and depict Paducah and US historical events. You will see local landmarks, celebrities, and national historical figures represented on the panels of the flood walls, also known as the Dafford Murals. Paducah is also home to a world-renowned quilt museum and quilt festival that brings in thousands of visitors from all over the world.
This is a segment we like to call mile markers.
California State Route 299 cuts across Northern California from the Pacific Coast to the Nevada desert. This mile marker is in Shasta County in Northern California, a little east of MacArthur. The Marin French Cheese Company, founded in 1865, is on the road to Point Reyes from Petaluma and is a perfect day outing for motorists and cyclists alike. The city of Petaluma is in southern Sonoma County, a little north of San Francisco. Petaluma enjoys a vibrant downtown, access to the San Francisco Bay, and the beautiful Pacific coast just over the mountains. Just what we love to see, busy cities and streets. Mount Hood has a similar latitude as that of Provence, France. So both locations have wonderful conditions in which lavender flourishes. The lavender beds have been harvested and trimmed for the approaching winter. During our trip to the Lavender farm, we enjoyed beautiful weather with Mount Jefferson, Mount Adams, and Mount Hood clearly in view. Vaughn's Corner on California Route 98 sits within yards of the Mexico border. In Imperial County, some diverted water from the Colorado River flows into the All-American Canal. Snow runoff from Larch Mountain near Mount Hood in Oregon and other hidden springs along the way are the source of Multnomah Creek. On its way to the Columbia River, Multnomah Creek cascades into two falls.
The falls are measured in two parts. The top section is 542 feet to the pool, and the bottom section is 69 feet. From there, Multnomah Creek then flows into the Columbia River. At the foot of the falls is a visitors and information center that is well worth the visit. You can see that Multnomah Falls are very popular with tourists.
Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that program as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. These locations are true treasures. We didn't get to see them all this time, but hopefully you can see them when you visit on your own. And until then, travel safely.